My child, I see you. I know how tired you are. I know the kind of exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. You smile in front of people, but when the room becomes quiet, your heart becomes heavy again. I have watched you fight battles that nobody else knows exist. I have seen the tears you wiped away quickly. I have heard the prayers you whispered into the dark. I heard every single one, even the prayers you could not finish, even the moments when all you could do was sit in silence because the pain felt too deep for word. I was there. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am trying to reach you. My child, stop ignoring what you feel inside. That heaviness is not random. That restlessness is not meaningless. You have felt something shifting lately. Something inside you has been unsettled. You try to distract yourself from it. You try to stay busy. You try to pretend everything is normal. But deep down, you know something is changing. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am trying to wake you up spiritually. My child, there is a battle happening around you that you cannot see with your eyes. A battle over your peace. A battle over your focus. A battle over your... And the enemy has been trying to exhaust you quietly. Not always through chaos, but through heaviness, through discouragement, through confusion, through thoughts that keep whispering, nothing will ever change. But those thoughts are not from me. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm breaking those lies off your mind. My child, you have been carrying fear in silence. Fear of failing. Fear of losing people. Fear of the future. Fear that maybe things will never become better. And because you carry it quietly, people assume you are strong all the time. But I see the hidden fear behind your smile. I see the nights your mind would not rest. I see the moments you stared into space, trying to hold yourself together. I see you. I know what you feel. And I have not abandoned you. My child, do not mistake my silence for absence. I have been working behind the scenes this entire time, in places you cannot see, in conversations you know nothing about, in closed doors that were actually protecting you, in delays that were keeping you from destruction. You thought I was ignoring you, but I was guarding you. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am still moving things into place. My child, you keep asking, why do I feel so emotionally overwhelmed lately? Because your spirit has been trying to warn you that you cannot keep living disconnected. You cannot keep carrying everything alone. You cannot keep drowning yourself in distraction while your soul is starving for peace. I have been calling your name softly for a long time, but now I need you to listen carefully, because this season of your life matters. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am trying to pull you closer before it is too late. My child, there are people around you who do not understand your spiritual sensitivity. They only see your silence. They only see your distance. They only see your exhaustion. But they do not see the war happening in your thoughts every day. They do not hear the pressure inside your mind. They do not understand how hard you have been fighting just to stay emotionally stable. But I understand. I always understand. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm standing beside you even now. My child, you were never meant to carry this much fear. That is why your soul feels heavy. Fear was never designed to live inside you this long. And the longer you hold on to it, the more exhausted your spirit becomes. That is why I'm asking you again. Stop ignoring what you... Because your spirit has been crying out for healing. I see you. I know what you feel. And I want to restore your peace. My child, there were moments recently when you felt emotionally numb. Moments where you laughed, but it did not feel real. Moments where people talked to you, but your mind felt far away. Moments where you wanted to explain your pain, but you did not even know how to describe it. I saw every moment. I saw the loneliness hiding behind your silence. I saw the pressure building inside your chest. I saw how tired you became from pretending you were okay. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm not turning away from you now. My child, you think you are breaking apart. But what if I told you, you are actually waking up? What if this discomfort is the beginning of transformation? What if the confusion you feel is because your spirit knows you cannot stay in the same place anymore? I'm calling you higher. Higher than fear. Higher than distraction. Higher than the emotional chains that have kept you trapped for too long. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm leading you out of darkness slowly. My child, the reason the enemy keeps attacking your mind is because there is purpose over your life. There is something ahead of you that fear wants to stop before you ever reach it. That is why the attacks became stronger. That is why the discouragement increased. That is why you suddenly started doubting yourself more than ever before. But listen to me carefully. You are not losing this battle. I'm still with you. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm fighting for you even when you cannot see it. My child, you do not need to have everything figured out right now. You do not need every answer immediately. You do not need to understand every delay. Sometimes faith means trusting me, while nothing around you makes sense. And I know that is difficult for you, because you want clarity. You want certainty. You want peace now. But I am teaching you how to trust me, even in uncertainty. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am strengthening you in hidden ways. My child, there is breakthrough coming. Not fake peace. Not temporary relief. Real healing. Real restoration. Real clarity. The heaviness you have carried will not stay forever. The confusion attacking your mind will not control you forever. The fear choking your peace will not win forever. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am already making a way for you. My child, one day you will look back on this season and realize I never left you. Not once. Not in the silent nights. Not in the emotional breakdowns. Not in the moments you almost gave up. I stayed. I protected you. I carried you, even when you did not realize it. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am still holding you now. My child, do not give up in this moment. Do not shut your heart down completely. Do not run back to the distractions that keep numbing your spirit. Because I am doing something deeper inside you. Something eternal. Something healing. And even though the process feels painful, it is leading you toward freedom. I see you. I know what you feel. And I will bring you through this. Completely. My child, there were nights you almost gave up completely. Not always physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You became tired of fighting thoughts that never seemed to stop. Tired of carrying emotions you could not explain. Tired of pretending you were strong when inside you felt fragile. I saw every second of it. I saw the moments you sat alone in silence, trying to understand why your heart felt so heavy. I saw the moments you looked around at everyone else and wondered why life seemed easier for them. I saw the hidden comparison, the hidden insecurity, the hidden fear that whispered, maybe I will never become who I am supposed to be.
Amen.
But my child, that fear is lying to you. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am trying to restore your vision again. My child, you have spent too much time listening to voices that only increased your confusion. Voices that filled your spirit with anxiety. Voices that made you doubt your worth. Voices that kept pulling your attention away from peace. And slowly, without realizing it, your spirit became exhausted. Because what feeds your mind eventually shapes your soul. That is why you feel so drained lately. You have been carrying too much noise inside you. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am calling you back to stillness. My child, There is a reason you have felt emotionally sensitive lately. A reason small things affect you more deeply. A reason your heart feels overwhelmed easily. Your spirit has been trying to wake you up, trying to pull you away from the things slowly damaging your peace. But instead of listening, you kept distracting yourself. You kept ignoring the warning sign. You kept telling yourself, "I'll deal with it later." But later kept becoming later, and the heaviness kept growing. I see you. I know what you feel. And I need you to stop running from your healing. My child, you keep asking me for, but peace cannot grow where fear is constantly being fed. Peace cannot stay where your mind is drowning in negativity every day. Peace cannot survive when you constantly expect the worst. I want to heal your thoughts, not just your circumstances, because your mind has become a battlefield, and I never wanted you to live this exhausted. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am trying to renew your mind completely. My child, there are people who walked away from you recently, and even though you tried to act strong, it hurt more than you admit, because part of you wondered, why do people keep leaving? But listen carefully. Not everyone who leaves is meant to stay in your destiny. Some people were assignments, some were lessons, some were distractions, and some left because they could not go where I am taking you next. I see you. I know what you feel, and I protected you more than you realize. My child, you keep replaying old memories, old mistakes, old conversations, old regrets, and every time you replay them, you reopen wounds I have been trying to heal. You keep punishing yourself for versions of you that were still learning, still growing, still hurting. But I'm asking you now, stop holding yourself hostage to your past. I already knew every mistake you would make before you ever made it, and I still chose to love you. I see you. I know what you feel, and my mercy has not left your life. My child, the enemy wants you exhausted, because exhausted people stop believing. Exhausted people stop praying. Exhausted people become vulnerable to hopelessness. That is why the pressure became so intense lately. That is why your emotions have felt unstable. That is why your thoughts have felt so heavy. There is spiritual warfare around your focus, because what controls your focus eventually controls your direction. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am protecting your mind even now. My child, do not ignore the emptiness you feel inside. That emptiness is not asking for more distraction. It is asking for my presence. You tried entertainment. You tried staying busy. You tried avoiding your emotions. But nothing truly satisfied your spirit, because your soul was created for deeper things. For truth. For peace. For connection with me. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am drawing you back to me again. My child, you are entering a season where I need your attention more than ever before, because not everyone around you carries peaceful intentions. Not every opportunity is, not every voice deserves access to your spirit. You need discernment now. You need wisdom now. You need spiritual awareness now, because the next season of your life will be shaped by what you choose to listen to. I see you. I know what you feel, and I'm warning you because I love you. My child, you think your breakdowns made you weak, but some of those breakdowns saved you. Some of those nights of crying stopped you from becoming emotionally numb forever. Some of those painful moments forced you to finally face what you kept avoiding. Healing often begins where pretending finally ends. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am healing places inside you that nobody else can reach. My child, you do not need to fear I'm already there. You do not need to fear tomorrow. I already know what is coming. And even when life feels uncertain, I remain certain. Even when your emotions change daily, my love for you does not change. Even when your faith feels weak, I am still holding on to you. I see you. I know what you feel. And I will not abandon you in this season. My child, very soon, you will begin to notice the shift. The heaviness will start lifting slowly. The confusion will begin clearing. Your mind will breathe again. Your spirit will feel alive again. And the peace you thought was impossible will quietly return to your heart. Not because life suddenly became perfect, but because I will be restoring you from within. I see you. I know what you feel. And your breakthrough is closer than you think. My child, you have been asking me for a sign. And many times, while you were waiting for something dramatic, I was already speaking softly to your spirit. Through the discomfort, through the conviction you kept ignoring, through the moments you suddenly felt empty, in places that used to satisfy you. That was me trying to show you that you were outgrowing certain things, outgrowing certain people, outgrowing certain habits, outgrowing the version of yourself that survived through fear. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am leading you into transformation. My child, there is a reason you no longer feel comfortable living the way you used to, because your spirit is waking up. And once awakening begins, what once felt normal starts feeling heavy. The conversations feel different. The environments feel different. Even your thoughts begin to change. And sometimes that change feels lonely, because growth often separates you from what no longer aligns with your peace. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am separating you from what drains your soul. My child, you have blamed yourself for too much. You blamed yourself for relationships ending. You blamed yourself for every failure. You blamed yourself for not being stronger emotionally. But there were battles you were fighting without even realizing it. Battles in your mind, battles in your spirit, battles against fear, discouragement, and exhaustion. And still, you survived. That was not weakness. That was strength you could not see yet. I see you. I know what you feel. And I have been sustaining you this entire time. My child, you are harder on yourself than anyone else around you. You replay mistakes repeatedly. You overthink conversations. You carry guilt long after the moment has passed. And slowly, that guilt becomes emotional chains. But listen to me carefully now. You cannot heal while constantly condemning yourself. You cannot move forward while living trapped in yesterday. I see you. I know what you feel. And I need you to release the weight of self-hatred. My child, fear has made your world feel smaller. Fear made you hesitate. Fear made you doubt your decisions. Fear made you question your value. Fear convinced you that staying emotionally guarded was safer than being vulnerable again. But fear has stolen enough from you already. Enough peace, enough joy, enough sleep, enough hope. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm breaking fear's hold over your life. My child, you were not created to live constantly anxious about tomorrow. You were not created to carry endless emotional pressure alone. You were not created to spend your life trapped in survival mode. You were created for peace, for purpose, for closeness with me. And deep inside, your spirit knows this already. That is why distractions stop satisfying you. That is why temporary things feel empty now. Because your soul wants something real. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm calling you back to what truly matters. My child, the enemy keeps trying to convince you that nothing is changing. But look closely. You are not the same person you were before. You are more aware now. More sensitive spiritually. More aware of what destroys your peace. More aware of what pulls you away from light. And even though the process has been painful, you are growing. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am transforming you in hidden ways. My child, there were moments you felt completely alone emotionally. Moments where nobody checked on you. Moments where you wished someone would notice your pain. Moments where you silently hoped someone would understand without needing explanation. And when nobody seemed to notice, your heart became even heavier. But I noticed. I always noticed. I saw every hidden wound, every silent cry, every exhausted thought. I see you. I know what you feel. And I have stayed beside you through it all. My child, stop believing the lie that you are too broken to recover. Healing takes time. Healing takes surrender. Healing takes honesty. And some wounds heal slowly, because they were carried deeply. But slow healing does not mean failed healing. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am still restoring your heart piece by piece. My child, you are entering a season where protecting your peace will matter deeply. Not everyone deserves access to your energy anymore. Not every environment is healthy for your spirit. Not every voice should influence your decision. Discernment will protect you now, because what enters your spirit repeatedly eventually shapes your future. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am teaching you what to release. My child, there are blessings ahead of you. That fear cannot stop. There are doors ahead of you that confusion cannot close. There is healing ahead of you that darkness cannot destroy. And even though you cannot fully see it yet, your future is still covered by my hand. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am already preparing the breakthrough you prayed for. My child, one day the heaviness will make sense. One day the delay will make sense. One day the loneliness will make sense. Because you will realize, I was building strength inside you that comfort never could have created. I was teaching you dependence on me. I was teaching you discernment. I was teaching you how to survive storms without losing your soul. I see you. I know what you feel. And nothing you suffered was waste. My child, this is not the end of your story. This is the part where healing begins. This is the part where fear starts losing power. This is the part where your spirit starts breathing again. And even if the process still feels slow, you are moving forward. You are healing. You are awakening. You are becoming stronger than the pain that once controlled you. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am bringing you into peace again. My child, I know there were moments you questioned your own worth quietly. Moments where you looked at your life and wondered if you truly mattered. Because disappointment kept repeating. Because prayers seemed delayed. Because people misunderstood you. And slowly, without realizing it, your heart started believing. You were easy to forget. But listen to me carefully now. You were never forgotten. Not for 1 second. Even in the moments you felt invisible to everyone else, you were always seen by me. I see you. I know what you feel. And I have been watching over you this entire time. My child, the reason your spirit feels so sensitive lately is because I am pulling you away from the things that kept damaging your peace. You cannot keep feeding your soul chaos and expect to feel whole. You cannot constantly surround yourself with darkness and expect your spirit to stay light. That is why certain things suddenly feel uncomfortable now. That is why some environments drain you faster. That is why your heart no longer feels at rest. In places where you used to feel normal, your spirit is warning you, and I need you to pay attention. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am trying to protect your peace before the damage grows deeper. My child, you have spent too much time trying to carry everyone else's emotion, trying to save everyone, trying to fix everyone, trying to be strong for everyone. But while you carried others, you ignored your own exhaustion. You ignored your own wounds. You ignored the silent pain inside yourself. And now your soul feels tired, not because you are weak, but because you were never meant to carry everything alone. I see you. I know what you feel. And I'm asking you to finally rest. My child, there were moments you almost walked away from hope completely. Moments where disappointment hit so deeply that you stopped expecting good things to happen. You became guarded, careful, emotionally distant, because part of you believed it was safer not to hope at all than to be hurt again. But hopelessness is not where your story ends. I see you. I know what you feel. And I am breathing hope back into your spirit again. My child, the enemy has been attacking your identity. Because if he can make you doubt who you are, he can weaken your future. That is why the thoughts became darker. That is why insecurity increased. That is why comparison kept growing. Because fear wanted to disconnect you from the purpose I placed inside you. But I'm exposing every lie now. You are not worthless. You are not forgotten. You are not too damaged to heal. You are not too far gone for restoration. I see you. I know what you feel. And my hand is still on your life. My child, there are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot see yet. Conversations, opportunities, protection, divine timing moving quietly into place. While you thought nothing was changing, I was still working. While you thought heaven was silent, I was still arranging things for your future. You only see the delay, but I see the full picture. I see what would have happened if certain doors opened too early. I see what would have broken you if I had not protected you. I see you. I know what you feel, and I have been saving you from things you never even noticed. My child, do not let temporary emotion make permanent decisions for your life. I know the heaviness feels overwhelming sometimes. I know the loneliness feels deep. I know the uncertainty feels exhausting. But this season is not permanent. Pain is not permanent. Fear is not permanent. Confusion is not permanent. I see you. I know what you feel. And better days are still ahead of you. My child, you keep searching for peace externally, but real peace begins internally. That is why distractions never fully healed you. That is why temporary comfort never lasted. Because your soul is craving something deeper, something eternal, something real, and only my presence can fill the emptiness you keep trying to silence. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am calling you back to stillness with me. My child, there are people who only knew the version of you that was surviving. They never saw the deeper battle. They never saw the tears after the conversations ended. They never saw the emotional exhaustion behind your smile. But I saw all of it. I saw every hidden collapse, every quiet prayer, every moment you felt like giving up, but kept going anyway. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am proud of how far you have come. My child, the healing process will not always feel comfortable. Sometimes healing feels like grieving. Sometimes healing feels like loneliness. Sometimes healing feels like confronting truth you tried to avoid for years. But avoiding pain never heals it. Facing it with me does. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am walking with you through every hidden wound. My child, you do not need to fear the future anymore. I already stand in your tomorrow. I already know the doors that will open. I already know the people I will send. I already know the blessings that are coming. And even though your current season feels uncertain, your future is still secure in my hands. I see you. I know what you feel, and I am already preparing restoration for your life. My child, very soon, you will notice your spirit becoming lighter again. You will notice your thoughts becoming calmer. You will notice peace returning quietly, not all at once, but slowly, deeply, genuinely, because real healing is not rushed. Real healing transforms from within. I see you. I know what you feel, and I'm restoring you in ways you cannot fully see yet. My child, you survived every dark moment that once convinced you would not make it through, and you will survive this season too, because I am still with you, still protecting you, still guiding you, still loving you through every hidden battle. I see you. I know what you feel, and I will never leave you alone in this journey.